always am asked, how do you define company culture? And I always tell people this: your company culture is whatever your team says your company is when you're not there, or when their friends and family ask them about it. When they say, what's it like to work there? And there's no boss around, that's your answer. Recruiters weren't asking questions of their candidates like, what are you trying to achieve in your career? What are your personal values? How do you feel about these things? So when people were coming in, they were realizing this place wasn't what they thought. Sometimes they got lucky and it aligned and it worked out. More often than not, it didn't, and the people left in a year. So there was misalignment between their employer brand and their retention, and their recruiting wasn't picking up on that and sifting out the people that didn't match that environment. We figured that out. We made some strong adjustments to the employer brand. We worked with the recruiters to understand, look, it's got to be win-win. It doesn't matter if the person can do the job if they're not going to be happy in it in 9 months. So we want to figure that stuff out early on, because if they're not going to thrive here, both entities lose. This person's now getting a 9-month job to explain away on their resume, and the company's out whatever money that comes to. So we realign their employer brand. We train the recruiters on how to ask deeper questions to make sure that there's a personal value and mission alignment between company and candidate. And from a retention perspective, we worked on the leaders to develop what we call their EFG leadership framework skills: engage, fulfill, and grow, which short version is if an employee feels heard and valued, if they're fulfilled by what they do and what the company does, and they're growing in their careers, they're incentivized to stay long term.